Hello, my name is Misha Cunningham and I am a web designer, web developer, marketer, and all around entrepreneur. I'm someone who practices what they preach. For example, I've got an e-commerce website, I have multiple other websites and ventures, all built with my own hands. I'm not just some plugin merchant who's decided that this is going to be my career and I'm just going to try and sell as many websites as possible. I actually go out into the world and practice what I preach my own end. And this is, I guess, a bit of a not a side project per se, but it's basically going to further me putting my skill set out into the market and throwing my metaphorical hat into the ring to deliver websites for you and people like you. That's going to further my own ends in some of my other ventures, such as property. So, that being said, I want to talk a little bit about my process, okay? Just so that you know what you're getting if you do reach out and you do engage with me. So, firstly, it's about that connection. So, typically, it's few minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just on the phone. And basically, the idea is I just want to understand where you're coming from. I want to understand what it is that you want to accomplish. I want to understand what's in your brain. How do you envision this website serving the needs of your business? Like, why is it important? What design philosophy, what tone of voice, what brand message are you trying to portray into the open market? And what I'm really trying to do there is I'm trying to get a measure for if my particular skill set is a perfect match for what you want to accomplish. Because we're all unique, we all have different needs, not everybody is a fit for everybody, basically. But let's say, for example, I get a good feeling for your project and I believe that I can deliver exceptional work, then, well, I'll tell you. And then typically we'd move on to a longer call. Normally I do that over video. You don't have to put your video on, but it is nice, obviously, to see each other. And basically, I call that a discovery call. So typically, I've done some research between the first connect call and the discovery call, and I'm able to basically present back to you my idea for bringing your website to life. And we also discuss timelines. We also discuss budget as well, just so that you know what you're getting into, you know what it's going to cost, and essentially, it's just a discussion around, we're at the start line, what's going to be required from here to get us to the finish line, and you owning that website that's going to catapult your business forward. So, let's say you give the go ahead and we get started. I then jump into your build. Basically, I build it on what we call a staging website. So it's basically just a temporary URL. So it's not actually visible to the world, but once it's ready, I can share the link with you so that we can have those reviews and we can make sure that everything is to your liking. My promise to you is that we keep on going until you are 100% satisfied. Yeah, it's not like 5 revisions or 10 revisions or anything silly like that. Like, you pay a deposit to get started, and that final balance is not paid until you are 100% satisfied, until we have that call over video and you say, yes, Misha, this is great, this is fantastic, this is going to work. And then and only then do we then link your domain. And again, like, I handle all that. Yeah. So you do not have to worry. And we basically put your website live. Once live, you've basically you've got a couple of options. So you can get hosting yourself. Every website needs to live somewhere, basically, right? So we call that hosting. You get hosting yourself, and there are some really sort of, I guess, we say budget options out there. I, I offer hosting. The cost is negligible, really, in terms of the overall scheme and definitely comparable with what's out there. Because I host so many websites, I have blazing fast hosting, which basically, not to dive down the rabbit hole too much, but I don't want to get too technical, but it basically increases the speed of your website and how fast it's actually delivered to your end user, so your SEO scores get a bump and your actual user engagement in real life also get a bump because people are not waiting around for slow websites. Due to the way that I build the websites, unlike something like WordPress, where there's every couple of days you're having to update it and wrestle with plugins and all this sort of stuff, because everything is built streamlined and bespoke to you. There isn't like a massive ongoing care package. It's nothing like that. I don't even have that as an option to sell to you, like, because it just isn't needed. And I think it would be it'd be unethical to say anything otherwise. Basically, it just isn't needed. The way that I build my websites, it just isn't needed. But if needs be, we can discuss further options in terms of how I can be more involved in terms of helping you to catapult your website and get it more visible. But for now, I'm just going to leave that there. If you feel like I'm the sort of person who at the very least you'd like to have a conversation with, and at the very least you'd like me to give you a no obligation quote where I can basically tell you after we've had the discussion in terms of what's going to be required in order to bring your website to life in a way that's going to further your business needs, then get in touch. I'm looking forward to getting to know you. Thank you.